I don't want just anybody. Let me treat you like somebody. Try to dive on a Rari. It's forever, we ain't stopping.
Hello, lovers. Welcome back to another episode of Big Love Energy. Thank you for joining us. Today, I'm joined by superstar DJ, model, investor, incredible mama, and all-round legend of a human, Brooke Evers. I'm so excited to have one of my very best friends in the universe join me on Big Love Energy today. We chat about all the things, so strap in. I hope you enjoy. It's a good one. Hello, welcome to Big Love Energy. Today I've got in the hot seat my beautiful bestie, Brooke Evers.
Hello, Jessie.
Hello. Superstar DJ, model, wifey, mama, and just the best human that we've been through so much together, 20 years of friendship, I do feel. Welcome. I can't believe we're sitting here on my show talking.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's wild. We met roughly when we were 18, I think, through Benny Boy, who I've spoken about in earlier episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You went to school with Ben, and I think I met you once before, like at a house party.
In Palm Beach, for everyone listening. It's on the Gold Coast.
On the Gold Coast. You were part of the Palmy Army. And then the next time I met you was at his funeral, sadly. But I do remember vividly you coming up to me just so warm and full of light. I'd only met you the one time before, and you just looked at me like you do now, and just said, I'm here for you if you need anything. And then the next time we crossed paths, like we're obviously meant to be in each other's lives, because I think the next time, it was about a year on, I was dancing at Family Nightclub and I spotted you in the crowd, and you were there with you and our husband, Matt Stafford, half of the Stafford brothers duo, and we got chatting, and I was like, oh my God, we were like, oh my goodness, what are you doing here? And I was dancing at Family, but you were also dancing as well, and you were in town in Brisbane for a show, and you were like, come dance with my crew, where we do gigs all around Australia, and we started training together and really joined at the hip, and from there we haven't really stopped.
No.
Yeah.
I remember you walking into like your first ever training session with the dance crew that we were with, and I was like, oh my God, Jess is here. Like, this is so crazy, just because we've had the history, and then you walked in, I was like, wow. And then the rest is history, right?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Absolutely. And that would have been like 19 back then. So
wow.
Long time ago.
Baby. And now we are old.
Yeah, we are old. It's my birthday today, by the way. I thought I mentioned that. 38 today.
Oh gosh, I can't believe you admitted your age.
Always.
I'm 21.
It's the 17th anniversary of my 21st birthday. So we danced. My memories of that time is like literally, because we had a weekly gig at Shooters, the lovely establishment, on a Thursday night.
But how good was Shooters?
It was so good. We used to get...
Listen, it was the highlight of my week.
That little backstage room, which was like you couldn't even stand.
Sit on a concrete, dirty club floor, doing our makeup, trying to get the costumes on.
Yep.
It was seriously the best.
It was a great
Take
time.
me back 1 week. I would love to. Just one.
Just 1 week. Because we did indie, like we were like regulars indie. We were like the crusty.
Went to Mackay.
Oh, yeah.
Missed our flight.
Oh, my
gosh.
that. Yes. And you were we'd do things like give each other dares. And I remember clearly you squatting on the carousel where you get your luggage, and you went through.
I thought you were going to say something else, and I'm like, where are we going with this?
PG, going through where the carriage handlers are, and I can just imagine the guys on the other side.
I actually did that to Rocky the other day. I'm not kidding, I put her on, and then this lady was like gave me the worst desk down. I'm like, okay, I'll pull her off, but it was funny. Like just going along, and I'm like, bye.
Like mother, like daughter.
Rocky's my daughter. P.S.
Yeah, we'll get to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, crusty demons. We were the crusty.
Wow.
What were we called? The
crusty babes.
Crusty babes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it was so epic.
Was.
We traveled all around Australia with this motorcycle group. I'm still in that crew of guys.
You look like you've come straight off the track today.
Yeah, pretty much just jumped off my bike earlier. But now I'm DJing for a couple of those big events. But it was like, as a dancer, that's how I kind of establish myself in that world was from the dancing days.
Yeah.
But that was another like highlight of my life.
Yeah.
Our lives, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. Because it was peak zoo FHM
Oh,
period.
yeah.
We just living the dream.
Loved it.
This girl was
Innocent young girls.
Yeah, it was fun. But from there, it was a bit of sliding doors, really, because you met your gorgeous husband, Matt. How did you meet? How did that happen?
Listen, I think it was like big day out. I was friends with Chris's girlfriend at the time, and she's like, you got to come and meet Matt. And then we just were like, I was like, yeah, whatevs. And then we were just hanging in probably the boiler room of big day out. And I don't know, I was just like loving life. I was so young, and just, I think he thought I was cool. I don't know. Yeah.
He saw a poster of you in some.
Oh, okay. That's going back way back. I was 15.
Oh, gosh.
And I was modeling for a swimsuit. He wouldn't have known that I was 15. But I was modeling for a swimsuit company really young, and the same factory, they printed T-shirts, and Matt was printing shirts there for a label that Matt used to own. And he's like, oh, who's the girl on the post? And they're, oh, she's too young for you. So, yeah, he already saw me, but then fast forward 5 or 6 years, then he met me. That's kind of weird.
That's beautiful.
I keep forgetting about that. I have to keep,
It's super cute. I love that story. So he was already DJing when you met, and then you were dancing, and then you started DJing. How did that sort of play out? Was it?
So I only started DJing like literally like 10 years into my relationship.
Yeah, right.
So we were dancing. I did a university degree. I'm not sure what to do with that, but and then still dancing, heaps of modeling, moved to Sydney, was working in the profession that obviously what I studied journalism. Then I worked for Zoo Weekly in the office doing like little bits and pieces for whoever. And then I was like DJing on the side just because I was so like sad and everything, because I moved to Sydney and I didn't really have any friends but DJs, and they were all DJing. I was like, oh, I might as well start like kind of mixing with them. And then because Matt was still living on the Gold Coast, so that was like my, that's what I used to do when I used to hang out with all the boys. And then I said to Matt, I think I should start getting some shows, like just because I don't know, I really like it and it's fun. And then kind of got to a point where I was flying to the Gold Coast to do a show every weekend for free. They'd just pay for the flights, and then I would see Matt and my family, and then I'd fly back to Sydney to start work at 9 a.m. Monday morning and like work a normal job. So that's what I did every single weekend just to get the confidence and the experience, and then the rest is history. I started getting bookings from there. So and then I was like, I'm earning way more money doing that than I am working, slaving away in an office. So that's what I did.
Amazing.
Quit the office job, went back to the Goldie, and became a superstar DJ. Here we go.
Honestly, though, you are one of the hardest working humans I know. And
babe, I think you take the cake. No. I'm sorry. You definitely you're a freak.
We do have that in common.
Yes, we do.
But your work, have you always been a hustler? Like, where is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it runs in genetics because, my brother and sister, they go hard too. So it just must be something. My dad also, watching my dad be a hard worker. Dad always saying, if you can't afford it, then don't buy it. So that was always playing in my head. So I never got loans. I never got credit cards. I never put myself in debt as a kid. And I think I just saved and worked really hard with 50 different crazy jobs. Yeah. I've just always been a hard worker, and I just love it.
Yeah. And you still have heaps of fingers in different pies. Like, you're quite the entrepreneur. Like, was that always on the cards? Did you know that you were going to have multiple businesses as well as your career DJing? Like, was that always part of the plan, or did that just sort of happen?
I think that just all happened. Yep. Yeah. I just, Hard Fizz, as everyone knows, it's a seltzer company. I'm part of that crew of people. And I invested. Luckily, I could invest in that company when it first started, and now it's crazy and everywhere. This week it just hit 900 Liquorland stores, so that's a huge achievement for the brand. And I get to work with a bunch of like really cool kids, and it's been amazing. And then Ghost, which is a big American supplement company, we were there from the beginning. A lot of people in Australia were like, oh, the branding's so loud, it's not going to work, and a lot of people didn't want anything to do with it. And now it's like $100 million company. Like it's worth like so much money. And we're part of that. Not saying that we're like we're so loaded, but we're not. We're just got a little tiny cake piece of that. But it's just it's that supplement company. I've always been into supplements.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I did a lot of sampling at gyms. I used to love whatever protein did for you or BCAAs or pre-workouts. I was always into that as well as obviously music. But and then so we got into Ghost and I said to Matt always he didn't really know much about it, but from his footy days he did know a little bit. So I think we just were like, let's just go for it. And
I love that everything that you sort of are involved in, you're aligned with, like in terms of like the fitness side of things and then the music, but then also with hard fizz with you. With, like it's all
comes
part of
back
you.
to like music and and the people who we've met in the clubs and in that industry, it's all aligned and everyone just works together and but we're all about having a good time, and
it's nothing's forced because it is who you are. And then also like you talking about Ghost branding being loud, I'm pretty sure you're the loudest human I know, so it works well.
I know. I'm really loud, as you can tell.
So moving on, we were lucky enough to be each other's maid of honours at each other's weddings. We were so young at mine and we had no idea what we were doing and
no idea.
Just even like
we had kind of an idea when I got married because it only took like 15 years before Matt would ever marry me.
Yeah. It was a while. It was
come on. I don't think Matt ever wanted to get married, but we've been together for so long that we're like, we should really get married. But with you got married so young. We were so young. I don't even remember what age we were.
It would have been like 24, 25, but literally I just remember
I did remember we did some exercise in the morning or something.
Yeah, we went for a morning walk and I was walking around. I'm getting married today. Like, so
I remember being like really stressed though.
Yeah, super stressed. And also because I remember
we got our bridesmaid dresses from Croix. That's what I do remember.
Yes, slick black.
No, it was gunmetal grey.
No, it wasn't. It was just shiny that it was throwing.
It was black. Yeah.
And then I made you wear corsages, which
on our wrists. Is that what they are?
Yeah. Regret.
Yeah, but you look fire.
But we remember
you looked mega hot, babes.
But I did my own hair. Do you remember that? Because
I don't remember.
The hairdresser double booked, and so she was there in the morning, and she put rollers in our hair, and then put the net over the top, and she's like, I've got to go to another wedding.
Oh my God, that's right.
And because by the time she put them in everyone's hair, they hadn't completely warmed up. So it just by the time we took them out just before we were about to walk down the aisle, it looked like we'd all just woken up.
I feel
Memories.
Like always something has to go wrong on your wedding day, right?
But you're talking of weddings, your wedding to this day, wedding of the century, the best time.
I would love to do that again.
Every year.
But if it wasn't so expensive, I would do it like every 5 years.
It was at the back.
Actually, we might even do it the 10th year anniversary. I reckon.
Absolutely. I'm down.
Byron Bush Dulf wedding. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It really was.
That venue, talk us through that. It was out the back of Byron and no one knew where it was. Like they popped us on a bus after the
We were the
ceremony.
first ever wedding to have there. It was Angus and Julia Stone's property.
Yeah, right.
And they do heaps of events there now during Splendor, and I think Nana Judy does heaps of events there. Like heaps of big brands do events there, but we got to have the first wedding there. Oh my God, guys, like wow.
We walked into
so sick.
Hip hop hooray.
Oh yeah. Hip hop hooray. Oh.
And it set the tone. It was mad.
And we had like every Australian DJ there.
Yeah.
John Corse and Will Sparks and the Staffords and actually I DJ too.
Yeah.
Don't remember much, but
it was wild.
It was so cool. Oh my God, it was so cool.
Yeah, the biggest party. How have you found married life? Are things different?
No, things aren't different.
Yeah.
We had a second wedding in Vegas for all the Americans who couldn't come. We did another one at an Elvis chapel, and I actually think I got my drink spiked that night and ended up I'm not kidding you. And then it was really bad. But apart from that, it was fun. Anyway,
Bless.
yeah, or I just didn't eat properly and
Yeah.
something happened. But yeah, no, it was definitely a blackout moment. But apart from that, it was fun.
Oh, I
Got
love
married
it.
to Elvis and got a little marriage certificate at the town hall, and yeah, it
guys
was
are-
really cool.
The cutest. Because Matt is so supportive of you. He is your manager still? Like I remember back
Yeah,
in the
he
day.
does. He's proper manager now.
Yeah,
Now
right.
that I've kind of taken a bit of a back seat with being a mum and everything, he's kind of taken all the reins.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes I don't reply to an email for like a good week.
Yeah,
I'm
mum life.
so
It'll get
bad.
you.
I'm so bad.
Is he proud of you?
He is proud of me. I think so.
Oh, that's so cute.
He better be.
So talk me through the transition to motherhood with dear Rocky. It was quite the journey for you to fall preggo, and then even talk me through the journey of like the transition from going to this like superstar DJ and the pressure of that line of work and the timing. It was quite the ride for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Like we tried, had a miscarriage, which was awful. Didn't really realize how bad it would be until being like, actually happening. And then, that was shit. And then I got over that and then fell pregnant about 4 months later, which is really amazing and very lucky. And I know this is a blessing in disguise, but it was during that COVID time. So for us, like there was no work. So Matt could be full-time looking after me and, I got to rest and I didn't have to DJ. And mind you, I had morning sickness and like all these issues with my pelvis and stuff. So I couldn't really DJ anyway. But the transition, like it was good because in a way, because we didn't have shows for ages. So I could relax and really enjoy the first 6 months. And then it kind of hit me when gigs started picking up again and Matt had to start flying out and everything. And then I was just like, oh man, this sucks. Like in a way, I just really would love to go back to work. It's been a long time of, getting pregnant and not getting, and then, losing the baby and then getting pregnant again. And then, I really had FOMO for a long time. I still have major FOMO. But I've actually now come out of it at like now that I've been traveling and stuff, I feel much better. But there was a point where I felt really like isolated and lonely. And I went from like high impact world life craziness, on a plane every 2 days, traveling from country to country to being on my own, always on my own and having this like alone time to having this kid glued to me, having to do all this stuff for her and just not doing anything for myself. And that kind of really I found that really hard. And just being, I have to do everything, you have to be the mum. So you have to like be responsible for this little human. And, I just found it really difficult. I'm way better than I was.
Yeah.
Asked me 6 months ago, I was just like really down. I think I had a bit of postnatal depression, I feel, just mainly because I went from obviously the life I lived to being a mum, and that's like a
So
huge
intense.
transaction.
Yeah.
Transition.
It is a transaction.
Well, it was a transaction. There was no money coming in. Anyway, and but I'm much better now. I have, I'm now that she's much older, I can do a few more gigs now. My mum comes along with me and she'll babysit for a couple of hours while I go gigs. So it's getting much better and much easier now that she's 18 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're an amazing mummy.
Oh, thanks, babes.
I love watching you mama from afar.
Yeah, thanks.
So moving on from that, actually, one more question
Okay,
because
go.
she's a little rock star. What do you want to instill in Rocky? If like since you're a power woman, what's as a mama of a daughter, what's some of those values? Like you already took her around the world traveling, which I just love, and already set a really cool tone for her growing up. She's going to just be so open-minded, and that's going to continue on, no doubt, living between the States and here. Like what do you want to instill in her? What's the big
Just
things?
be kind and just be kind to people. Like I feel like I'm a bit like that. I'm really loyal and I'm kind to people, I hope. And I just want her to be like, and just have fun with life and not get caught up in shit and social media and stuff. I really want, like, as much as it's such a big thing for kids now, like it's so different from when we were kids, but I'm hoping that she won't be, I don't know,
Caught up in
it.
Yeah.
And let it get the better of her. I really want her to just get outdoors and be like us, you know, and just I don't really know exactly what to instill in her, but like just have fun in life. And
yeah, I think she'll monkey see, monkey do. Like she'll be.
She's got the best crew around her.
Yeah,
and I just feel like that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
You know, as long as she's not talking to any boys. Nah, she can. But you're gonna have to go through Matt. That's gonna be hard.
Oh my gosh. You've always been a fit gal.
Mm-hmm.
You love to train. Does it? I know, like I'm asking this because I know, like we're very similar in the way that it's more rather than
very similar.
Rather than aesthetic, it's more to do with mental health and moving your body. Like
100%.
Yeah.
That was another hard transition.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Not being able to move and not being able to exercise, because I swear something about training makes me so happy. Even if I'm so exhausted, if I do something physical and get outside or whatever, it just makes me really happy. And that's just one thing I've actually said to Matt even recently. The one thing that makes me really happy is to be on my own and train.
Yeah.
So I really need to make sure I do that a few times a week. Otherwise, I'm going to go crazy. Yeah. So, it just lets off great endorphins. And if I look good, I feel good. Yeah. That's a big thing, I think. So, yeah. And, yeah.
Make it a priority.
Make it a priority, 100%.
Yeah. So good.
And because I'm like extremely active and, you know, hypo, if I don't train, I'm going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And your brother's a freak.
My brother's a freak. His abs have abs. And he trained me this morning and I actually can't walk properly. But he's the most incredible PT. And so I've just started training with him. Yeah. It's taken literally like years to find the confidence to train with him because he's so gnarly. But he's amazing. So, yeah.
So good. And you dabble in F45. You owned a couple of F45s.
Oh, yeah. We owned a few F45s in America, but we sold because of COVID. Yeah. And, but they're all back up and running now. Like, yeah, right. So everything's kind of back to normal over there.
So good. Actually, no good. I hate when you go. I always want you to come back, but
we always come back.
Yeah, and I need to visit.
Yeah.
Now that,
you do.
Yeah. So moving on to back to music, you're back on stage now and living your best life on stage. Those clips of you in Europe on this, like I was
my God, that was extreme.
Teary, like where was it in particular?
My favourite club. It's called Far Out Beach Club in Ios in Greece. Yeah. It's literally the greatest event. If you are 18, you've got to go there. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah. And I had a bunch of girls from Gold Coast that came. They just all flew over and it was unbelievable.
Oh, the dream.
It was so epic. Yeah. It was just like, and it was an early show. You do sunset. So it's not like I'm not going to like feel guilty leaving Rocky at midnight. Yeah. So it was really good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And like, would you say that's been your favorite gig to date, or has anything trumped that?
Yeah, that's been my favorite.
Really?
Gig. And then one of my favorite gigs is I've been doing it for like 8 years is in Sydney at Home Nightclub.
Yeah. Right.
Massive venue, packed. And I have a bunch of dancers and we all work together and we do this like amazing choreography and it's a proper production show. Amazing. And I really love that shit.
You're such a creative.
Yeah, I just love production. I love just the whole thing. Like, you know, like a proper superstar. Yeah. Love that shit.
Yeah, no. And they even film it all and it always has this epic video that comes out after it.
You know why? Because the boss is a woman who's a boss and she just like is obsessed with just costumes, girls, pyro,
doing it right.
Big, what do they call it? Big balls that get thrown into the crowd.
I love some big
blow up balls. Like I was like, I didn't know how to. I'm like those things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I've got a show at in 2 weeks, and we got those big construction if you want square like cubes like poles. Yep. That you can like get into.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I always feel like it's like Village People or something like that. But like, you know, like they have like these construction.
It's like
scaffolding almost. That's what we're doing. We're doing like full scaffolding.
Sick.
Diamante shit. That's what we're doing.
Scaffolding Diamante shit.
Yeah, like it's going to be wild.
I love it.
And Rocky will be in the hotel.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love her. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the wildest thing that you've ever done on stage or a fan's done for you? There'd be some, have the Please tell me the.
Do you want a creepy story?
Yeah, creepy ass.
All right, let's
go.
do a creepy story.
Oh, gosh.
In Chicago, right? This is going way back. I was in my hotel room and I kept getting phone calls and I answered and the reception's like, "Oh, your husband's on the line. He wants to talk to you about something." And I was like, "Oh, that's weird. Why doesn't he call my phone?" Because he didn't call my phone. I didn't have any missed calls.
Gosh.
And then I'd answer it and there was no one there. And then it happened like 3 times. And then I rang Matt. I went, "Are you trying to call me?" And he said, "No." And I was like, "Okay." Then I called reception. I'm like, "There is someone trying to call my room and it's not my husband who's saying it's my husband." Anyway, it's like a mad fan. And he knew where I was staying.
Oh.
So he was like calling through and then I had to call the security from the club because I had to walk to the club, which was around the corner and I didn't want to walk alone. It was in Chicago. And then he came and got me and then he gave the manager of a club a Tiffany necklace to give to me.
Oh.
Weird.
Did you keep it?
Yeah, I did.
Touche.
I did. I probably gave it to someone as a gift. Nah, joking. Pay it forward.
Oh my God.
Joking. I didn't.
Come to think, did you give it to me? No. Kidding.
I will not buy anything Tiffany & Co. for you ever. But no, that was the scariest. That was the scariest moment. There's been a few scary moments, but that's scary.
Yeah, you've copped it even from the early days. Yeah.
I've had some weirdos,
Yeah.
So have you.
Yeah. Fair share.
Haven't we all? So normal to have creeps like
creeps.com.
fans.
But you have worked with incredible people on the flip side, and I think that's why you sort of put up with the crap. But
listen, I've been on like 20-something covers of Zoo. I'm sure I'm going to bump into one creep.
Yeah. No, it's part and parcel. But who is probably the most famous person you've worked with? I'm just being a fangirl here.
Oh, that's really hard. I don't know.
Or met at a club. Like, when were you most starstruck?
There's been a few, but I can't actually think about it right now.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know.
Who would you love to work with, or who would, like, is it Bieber? Like, if you could like collab?
No, Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Who's that?
Latin.
Oh,
Spanish.
Bit of the flavor.
No, babe, you don't understand.
Is he hot?
No, it's not even that he's hot. It's his music. You'll die. I'll send you this song.
Yeah, right.
I listened to it the whole way here so loud. I was like full doofing and people were like looking at me. And it's all in Spanish. No one even knows.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking I can speak Spanish. I'm like da 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 da. And everyone's like, Spanish.
You, me, and our love
but
for
I'm
J-Lo.
really into Spanish music because it's so big in the States and it's so sexy.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sexy. And it's like the biggest music in the world, really.
Babe, I get it.
It's so hot, Jess. It's so hot. It's so hot.
That is probably our one thing when we do eventually go out is just some samba on the dance floor somewhere, please, you and I.
I just rang a friend of mine to ask if there's a heels class at all coming up in the next week that I really want to go to.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah. I want to get real sexy.
You want to get real sexy?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't even know if I remember how to dance, but I really need to do some sort of like
sensual. Yeah. I've got the class for you.
Okay, cool.
We'll go. If Rocky comes to you as a teen and says she wants to be a DJ, what will you say?
Babe, I'm already like, she's got a wooden Aldi DJ set. And I go, I'll show you photos. It's so amazing. Yeah. She's like, put your headphones on. She's like, she puts them like there or she puts them around her neck and she just goes with the wooden Aldi. It's so sick. It's wooden. DJ set. She actually has her own decks, but she doesn't like them. She likes the wooden one, which is sweet.
Yeah.
And
it's more Montessori.
Babe, if
style.
she's a DJ, it'd be the best.
Yeah, DJ baby, DJ Rocky.
I will be a momager. The most hardcore manager ever.
Yeah.
But I think Matt will definitely be even worse.
Yeah.
So. I hope she's a DJ. It's the best job in the world.
You love it, hey?
You travel the world and you're on stage. And she loves that shit, I reckon, already.
Yeah. Oh, she would have
I don't know. She's definitely a lot more sensitive than me and a bit more chill than what I was, I feel like. Mum reckons we're exactly the same, but I don't know. I just feel like she's way more sensitive. But listen, she's probably going to be 6 foot. She can probably do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
She's probably going to be like a freak athlete. One of the other things would be amazing is going to the Olympics and watching your kid compete.
Yeah.
That is like, I think about that all the time. Imagine you and your husband watching your child compete in the Olympics. I feel like I'm going to cry. Wouldn't that just be the most, I love sport. I think it's the most amazing thing in the world. And that would,
so proud,
imagine.
right? Yeah.
Imagine going to like Tokyo and watching your kid race.
Yeah,
be amazing.
that's I can picture that because Matt's got the sports background too. Hey, like with his rugby, yeah.
Matt's an ex-athlete.
Yeah, and there's so much more opportunity now for women too in sports. So it's like, can you imagine if we could play rugby back in the day, like the way you do now?
She'll probably end up playing rugby. Yeah. She's that big.
she's a healthy
unit. She's a unit. She's in size 3 clothes, guys. She's 18 months.
Yep. Go girl.
I pulled her pants up before. She's a size 3 pair of tights. It's tight. I'm like, I don't know what you're eating because you're not really eating that much, so I don't know what's going on.
The lactation cookies.
Yeah, fully.
They'd work the treat for those jugs.
Protein.
So what is, because I think you're super humble. And I don't think you realize, like, I know when I mention, like, or people are like, oh, what's Brooke like? And, I'm like always super proud. But like, what is some advice that you would love to give to the listeners today? Like, if there's a woman out there listening and she's got that fear of judgment to step into her light or just like break the mold, what's some advice that you'd have for the women out there that, want to just live big love energy?
I don't know, just don't listen to any noise. It's so hard now because there is just so much more noise in social media and shit, and you compare yourself. Like, even I do it. Like, it's hard now. It's so hard. But back when we were young, there wasn't really anything like that to compare yourselves with or whatever. But definitely put your head down and your bum up and just work really hard and,
just focus,
just
staying in lane.
Focus and just like, just try to block it out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch your phone when you're working. Like, just like, I don't know. It's so difficult now. But hard work pays off.
Yeah.
That's just the end of the story.
Yeah.
Love letters.
I am going to go into our listeners' questions because we had a couple for our love letters segment. So first up, we have a question about you and your lover boy.
Okay.
How have her and Matt survived traveling apart since being so young? Beautiful couple, by the way.
Oh, sweet. So when I first met Matt, he was already traveling so much.
Yeah.
So I kind of was like, I had to just get used to that. I was like studying and doing all these things and just keeping myself so busy. So I didn't really, time goes so quick. So he would go 3 months at a time, 4 months at a time. And it was shit. But like, if you can get through that, you can, you can kind of, your relationship's going to be pretty good. But, don't know how to word that for a second there. And then just like it is really hard and it still happens. He left me for 8 weeks the other month, and that was so hard, especially with Rocky. It was so hard. But it's all good, and that's just the way it is, like there's guys that go away to the mines and leave their family and kids and all these sort of jobs in the world where, it's difficult, especially now. But I just keep myself busy.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Just try not to think about it.
And does distance make the heart grow fonder when you see him? Is it like
100%? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also like to give those like time. So say I've got 3 months. All right, I want to be like looking like this when he comes back, or like I want to have the pantry cleaned by then, or like have all his wardrobe sorted by then. Like I give that kind of like a goal. Like, okay, by the time Matt gets home, one of the things was with Rocky especially, like by the time he gets home, she's going to be sleeping every night in her bed. Well, that doesn't happen. But like, you know what I mean? Like I give myself like goals for when he comes home.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Although I wish he would stay home and I could go. Yeah. That would be great.
Yeah, maybe not.
No,
it might not be on the cards.
Happen. We just have to do everything.
So next question, does Brooke feel pressure to stay looking a certain way in the DJ world?
Yeah.
Short
That's
answer
just the
of
way
it.
It is. Yeah. I think you have to put effort. That's part of the job. I think. You just have to make sure you look good and
it's quite physical what you do.
oh, it's so physical.
Yeah.
I noticed that and you know what? During COVID, I've noticed a lot of because of COVID, everyone took a break. A lot of DJs in the industry and they've all come back a lot fitter and not partying as much. Like the whole culture of DJing used to be like getting right on it, partying, going mad. And there was a lot of unhealthy people in the industry. I've noticed a lot of them, literally like 50% of them have just changed.
Flipped it.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of them have lost heaps of weight. They look really good. They just look healthier and younger. And I think it's because everyone took that break to kind of
breathe.
And get on top of their health. Also, we're getting older now and I don't want anything to happen to my health. So I'm really focused on my health and well-being, and that obviously shines when you're on stage, you know?
Yeah.
If you look good.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
When is Brooke announcing new Australian dates?
Oh gosh, I was meant to do this the other week, but other day, but I didn't. I'm pretty jet lagged. I will. Okay, my next date. I had a cancelled show this weekend. I don't know why it just cancelled, but I'm at Home Nightclub on I think it's the 24th, which is a Saturday night. That's my next show. And then I'm every single weekend. I'm at the GC 600. I'm at heaps of Cali, a beach club on the Gold Coast shows. Heaps of Gold Coast shows.
Amazing.
Darwin, Bundaberg. Where else am I?
You'll put it up on your socials too though, hey? Yeah. Amazing.
Just everywhere.
Everywhere. She's so busy, girl.
I love Australian shows. They're the best.
Yeah.
I did Ipswich on the weekend, just gone, and it was just so wild.
So good.
Yeah, it was so amazing. Yeah. And I thought it would be I was worried because the last show I did there was pretty quiet.
Yeah.
But that's because there was floods and stuff. So but this one, it was really amazing. It was really good. It was a great show.
The best. I love some of my favorite stories apart from Rocky of yours is when you go to those real back of the
they're the best.
Yeah. Those gigs where they're just loose, aren't they?
So loose. I stole this guy's hat and these sunnies that went wrapped the whole way around and I was
Speed
just
dealers.
DJing speed dealers. I don't know if I can say that. Speed dealer sunnies, everyone knows what they are. And I was just going for it and the crowd loves that when I just steal people's stuff.
Yeah.
Or they throw it at me and I just catch it and put it on. Or
random Tiffany necklace from the crowd.
Cherish that forever.
Flashback faves. So next segment, we're going to talk about our flashback faves. I asked the guests about a moment in time that you can go back to that you like a favorite song or a favorite movie that sort of shaped who you are today, or it was just like you think back and go, geez, I love that show or movie, and it sort of defined that time and made you who you are. What's that for you?
Well, it pretty much did make me who I am. Coyote Ugly.
Of course.
Because I ended up dancing on bars. Like that was my job.
That's
for
my
a
dream.
Long time.
Oh
that was my
God.
dream. Dance at a bar. I did that for a solid 5 years or more.
I was with you. I was next to you.
But that time when that movie came out, I think I should really actually look that up. But I just remember watching that movie like 500 times and going, wow, this is sick. Leanne Rimes is the shit. But yeah, no, loved Coyote Ugly. But like, not only that, just all those films around that time were so sick.
Yeah. The 90s were
just
time.
The best. They were the greatest films. But
because you loved your hip hop back then too.
Oh yeah, I loved hip hop. Oh, what are those dance films with
Step Up or Honey?
Step Up or Honey.
Don't know what you're talking about.
No. Step Up or Honey. No. It was Save the Last Dance. Or was it?
Oh, that was J-Lo, was it? With Richard Gere?
Well, it was, hey.
Oh,
yes. That was so sick. Fast and Furious, babe.
Again, with the race car material.
Fast and Furious. But that was when I was going through I've got to go to Broady Car Park and go do burnouts. That was my era of, that was like, oh no, that's going back to when I was like 17, 18. But that was like shaping, that's all back now. All the low-rise pants and the like moto jackets.
Yep. Yeah, I tried.
They're so.
Yeah,
I might get a muffler on my car. Just take it right back.
Oh my gosh, I can't with you.
Fast and the Furious. It was the best. Awkward.
I love it.
just during that time, there was so many sick films out back then.
Yeah. No,
Is that what the question was about films?
Yeah, films, music, just the vibe.
Music. Oh, Ja Rule and like J-Lo and there's so many. But then I watched on Netflix the Woodstock. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Holy
it's a
shit.
doco
Korn, the greatest bands of all time. Like I've forgotten about that. I got on Spotify straight away, started like listening to Korn again and like all these epic bands. I loved that era too.
Yeah. So you were a bit
grungy
like
rock.
you were
I love
City
that
Beach,
shit.
but also a bit like gangster as well. Like
you think I was like City Beach, whereas I think I was more gangster.
Yeah, you were. Hey.
Yeah. Gangster.
So
definitely.
gangster, bro.
I did break dance for a while there.
Instant gangster.
I was a beat
Did you
girl.
wear a bandana like on your head?
No, but I had puffy pants that I probably would still wear today.
Yeah.
And we had a girl B group and we did competitions like out at like Rabina Community Hall and it was amazing.
You're like the
this
OG
is 17.
Eshe.
This is, babe, I was OG Eshe. Just like your kids.
Rafi loves it. When I still try to dress a bit Eshe sometimes.
Babe, Chris bought Rocky a full black Adidas get up with a bum bag. He goes, I want to make Rocky like an Eshe. And I was like, oh my God, if she wears that, she will look like a boy. Like she's got the full mullet. Like everyone always goes, oh, he's so cute. I'm like, I know her name is Rocky and it's a boy's name, but it's a girl.
She's the coolest kid. I feel like she could rock it. Words to live your week by. So next up we have words to live your week by, and I want you to let us know your favorite quote, or two.
I had to look this up because I heard it. Hang on, I've got to go to my camera roll. But I did see this and I went, oh my God, how good's this quote, Matt? By Dr. Seuss. Be who you are and say what you feel because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind.
100p, that's the best.
Right.
So true. Yeah, Dr. Seuss just with the mic drop.
I know. And then there was another one. Can I do another one?
Absolutely.
There was two. By Stephen Hawking, right? 1, remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. 2, never give up work. Work gives you meaning and purpose and life is empty without it. 3, if you are lucky enough to find love, remember it is there and don't ever throw it away.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah,
that's all your things. Ugh. Yeah, work, love.
It's funny how you're trying to look for something that like resonates and you actually find it. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Because I was like, anyway. I asked Matt for a few, but his were just so not me.
Yeah, he's very, what's the book that he gave Jace? The Rhino
Book. He's all about charging.
Yeah.
So he's like charge through work, charge through everything in life, go hard and just like, yeah, like I have a sticker that when we drive into our house in LA, it says charge, and I put it at, like when you drive in your car. Yeah. You have to read this Rhino Book. We call it the Rhino Book, but it's I'll have to give it to you guys.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah. It's really old book, but it's amazing.
Okay.
And then he's really into the book Legacy, by that famous All Black player.
Okay.
Jace will love that. Yeah. I think it Richie.
Or Dan Carter.
One of those hot guys. One of those babes. But yeah, Matt's obsessed with the Legacy book. So they're two books that are like, especially for the boys.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love that. Okay. I think that's it for us today. I haven't seen
Brooke.
Forever. I know. We do
talk a lot.
We talk a lot. We don't see each other too often because you're normally traveling the world and I'm normally stuck at my desk. Hard. But yeah, we talk a lot and we've been through a lot and I just adore you and love you and you always make time for me, which I just love, and I'm so proud of you and I'm so excited for this next chapter. Like I feel like this last couple of years it's been pretty wild for you. I've seen you have your struggles, transition and just, you know, we know each other so well that we know each other to give each other space when we need it. And
100. I feel like we've always got that intuition with each other. Like I feel like
always have had the ESP.
And then I'm like, ESP. That's where I was getting it from. Yeah. I mean, that's where the word I was looking for. But yeah, and then I'll randomly go, I got to call Jess.
Yeah. Yeah, you always know. Something there, something.
Yeah, it's so weird. But we've been like that forever.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's so good to have you on home turf for a little while, and I look forward to coming to a gig and doing a shoey. Oh my
God, Jess has done a few shoeys at a few gigs. front row, bang. But I think that's why, and Matt, my husband Matt just loves you for that because you just don't give a shit. You're just like front row shoeis, epic.
Yeah.
Come to Cali.
Oh,
when I'm playing at Cali.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I haven't done a shoey since the last time because I did think I think I got a throat infection the last time.
Tinea of the throat? How weird.
I'm itchy now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but how good's a shoey? Like, you have to do it. I couldn't do it.
Well, at your wedding in my bridesmaids, we made it on a speech.
Oh, my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's a photo I found on my camera roll, too.
Yeah, we've gone back. Yeah,
I should have posted that. Happy birthday message. This is my best friend doing a shoey. But, like, Jessie did a speech, a maid of honor speech. And at the end, she just like, shoey, shoe drop.
Shoe drop.
Not a mic drop, shoe drop. And it was just like, everyone just went, what? And the crowd, no, it was a crowd. There was over 200 people at my wedding. Everyone just went mental. And I'm like, well,
you know,
Chris Stafford, Matt's brother, your speech is going to be shit compared to that.
Well, I had to go for the heart. I had to go for the feels because I knew it was going to be a loose wedding. So I had this speech prepared and it was super deep and I cried and I was like, I'm going to have to bring it back up to a level. And I was like, how am I going to do this? And I had done a shoey once before, very obligingly at a gig for Ministry of Sound.
Oh, yeah.
And that was very off the cuff and Matt was like, oh, you got to do a shoey like again. And so I saved it for that speech.
So good.
And it went down a treat. But yeah.
I would actually hate to be kind of against you on a speech or a debate or something because you just nail it because you know, you're pretty shit with words. Like, you know what I mean? Like whenever Jess is like, I'm writing a card for her birthday and I don't even know what to write. I just was like, oh, one, my writing sucks, my handwriting. Two, I don't even have a clue what to write because it's just like, I'm writing to a poet. Like, I just can't do this.
Yeah,
anyway, but I just go, happy birthday, whatevs.
Yeah.
And then I'm like spelling things wrong and I'm like, oh my God, my grammar sucks.
Look, if you put me on some decks, I'd suck too. So we all have our thing.
Literally everything you touch, I think you kind of nail. So I bet you'd probably be really good.
Honey, love you. All right. We'll wrap it up. We could
Let's
honestly
wrap it up.
talk forever, but thank you for listening.
Let's have a fizz. Nah.
Hard fizz. Yeah,
Yay.
it's my birthday. Let's go.
Fully.
All right. Thanks, Brooke.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye. And there we go. Thank you for listening. If you loved this week's episode, please leave a review or provide a 5-star rating. It really helps us let us know that you're loving the show. And of course, any DMs and comments and shares, we really appreciate as well. All the feedback has been amazing. Thank you so much. You can stay up to date with us and follow our socials, Big Love Energy Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. But we'll pop all the social handles in the show notes below. Thanks for listening, lovers. I can't wait to get into next week's episode. We'll chat then. Bye.
I don't want just anybody.